FFTV on the pole. On the pole. Cross that line, the crowd goes wild, the checkered flags unfurl. FFTV on the pole, start the show. We're ready to roll. FFTV on the pole. Yeah. We're ready to roll. Start the show.
the win to Patrick Spangler.
Four, not enough. Jack Hitt gets the win here at Eldora tonight.
He tried to counter, won't get there. Dino wins in the 358.
Flag waves, give it to the Samaconda, Sam Bachman.
Trevor Garou got the flag in sight, and he will get the victory here.
Door shut, final time off of 4. Christensen takes the checkered flag.
And it's a close race. It's going to be Shreves getting the win with Grammy.
Final time through 3 and 4. Checkered flag waves, give it to Gavin Chatham. Light some fireworks for the 007. Brockman brings home the win. The Iceman brings home the win. Give it to Chad Griggs.
All right, we are here from Eldora Speedway tonight, bringing you the Coast to Coast Hometown Heroes here tonight. As we said, we are here from Eldora, bringing you first not the Regal Rep midgets. I'm sorry, that'll coming up later. These are your 360 wing sprints. Hey, Blake Chapman out there out of Clarence, Iowa. Currently the fastest one out there for qualifying with a 13.157. These are not the Regal Rap midgets. They are later on in the program. These are your wing 360 sprint. Starting grid for heat number 1 as we get ready to kick off the night here. Here is that heat lineup. Scott Thomason there out front on that pole for LGR Motorsports. The 56 of Randy Shreve start outside there in second. In third tonight inside row number 2, that's going to be Isaac Bowman there in the third spot driving in number 9. Starting there in fourth, that's Blake Chapman. In the number 20 for Bright Sim Racing, starting in fourth as he was your fastest qualifier. And starting back here, row number 3 on that inside, Bob the Good. There in the number 7 for Can-Am Racing. And Bradley running there in the number 221, starting 6th here tonight for your Coast to Coast Winged 360 Sprint Division. Another timer around the speedway here as they'll get ready to go. Now you see Randy Shreve up there on the outside there in a second. Been a tough competitor here all season long. I'm going to see if I can get some points updates for you as this is race 7 of the season. Go and change things on me. But here we go. Our points are coming up as they come here off turn number 4. Ready to hit the cloud pedal. There we go. And the dust flies here in Ohio tonight as they head through turn number 1. Jackman up there on the high side. Here comes Reed working underneath. Thomason slides up the racetrack, but he didn't really have much choice there as Reed's gone underneath him. Coming there through turn 3 and 4, back out here on to the front stretch. Down to the back stretch, rather, down through 3 and 4 now. Reed still hangs on to second spot, but here comes Chapman up around Bowman as he takes over that third spot. 4 laps to go here in your 360 wing sprints. They come down there now off the corner. For your 360 wing sprint division, Randy Shreve leads the points coming into the night. with 5 wins, or with 2 wins, 5 races being counted, has 342 points, and he's currently sitting there second up there at the top side. Behind him is Mr. Bob DeGood, who's back here running fifth right now in heat number 1, driving at number 7. In third is Trevor Frank. We'll see if Frank is in heat number 2 here tonight. As heat number 1, as you see, the great driver Andy Patton there in fourth. Now you see getting the win for heat number 1 is Scott Thomas and Randy Shreves getting second. Your official results coming up here in just a moment. Scott Thomason getting that win. Randy Shreves second. Blake Chapman there third. Isaac Bowman fourth. Bob DeGood there in fifth. And Bradley Roning there in sixth. Starting for heat number 2. Starting out there on the pole is Dean Reynolds in the number 79 for Super Dirt Car Series Full Throttle Motorsports. Starting his outside, Anthony Morano in the number 32, starting there in second. Trevor Frank, your third place driver in the points, starts there in a third here tonight in the number 121. Jeff Barker for Can-Am Racing to his outside in the 513, starting fourth. Row number 3 on that inside, Jacob Morris there in the 411, starting fifth with Patrick Spangler. Starting there in the number 39, starts sixth here tonight. Spangler sitting sixth in points right now as the season wears on. Has only made 4 appearances before tonight. With 1 win on the season. Dean down there on that inside. All about Outlaws. Full Throttle Motorsports number 79 there on that inside line. And here we go. Everybody gets set to roll once again. 6 laps the distance here for the Hometown Heroes 360 heat races. Off corner number 4. Green flag is in the air. Down in the corner number 1. Let the turn just fly for heat number 2. Dean making a great run to get out there in front of Morano. Morano now looking to the inside as it comes there. Off the corner. Down through. Off of 3 and 4. Back around there. He walks the 39. Patrick Spangler shoots up there through the pack from starting in the back down there on the bottom side. He works there off turn number 4, trying to get something on that bottom side to get rolling for him. Having got 4 laps to go, Morano sneaks through the middle, going to cut down there in front of Spangler. And slide up there in front of Frank. Frank out of the middle. He's going to go cut down there through the corner, going to try to slide it on up. Spangler still sits there fighting for it with Morano to his outside. You see that number 39 is Spangler down there on the inside. He can't get that momentum shifted where he needs it to happen. That's now comes Jeff Barker. Jacob Morris not taking the grid here as they got 2 laps to go here in heat number 2. Down there off the corner. And once they keep it working there off the corner, that should maybe be a little better now. Now we got the winners here of your heat race number 2. Heat race number 2. That's going to go to Dean Reynolds for Super Dirt Car Series Full Throttle Motorsports. Trevor Frank there in second. Patrick Spangler third. Anthony Morano fourth. Jeff Barker fifth. Jake Morris there in sixth. We'll be back after this short message. Don't go anywhere. The main event of the Wing 360 Sprint Division coming up right after this.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
Back here at the Speedway, get your main event, the 360 Wing Sprint Division. Patrick Spangler out there starting sixth. We're going to see the whole grid here in just a moment. There is your starting grid. Scott Thomason into number 6. Going to start there on pole for Scott Thomason Racing. Dean Reynolds, winner of heat number 2, starting to his outside. In the number 79, that Super Dirt Car Series Full Throttle Motorsports. Starting in second row. On the inside, LGR Motorsports, the 56, Randy Shreve. Starting third, Trevor Frank in the 121. Starting fourth. Here in that third row tonight, the number 20, Blake Chapman there in a fifth. With Patrick Spangler starting there to his outside. Number 4 on that inside, Infinite Racework. There is dropping the number 9, starting 7. Getting the run up for Full Throttle Motorsports in the number 32, starting there in 8th tonight. With Bob the Good back there towards the back in the number 7. For KDM Racing, Jeff Barker in the 513, there to the outside, starting in 10th. And that last row, Bradley running there in the 221. In 11th with Jacob Morris out there in 12th. Morris did take the grid at all. Looks like he did here. Now he's up there on that outside lane, ready to go as they come here off turn number 4. Ready to fire them away. Scott Thompson and Dean Reynolds out there in the front. And they come here off turn number 4, down across the front straightaway. Down here in the 1 and 2 to go. RBC Thompson getting a great run. Gonna slide it on up there in front of Reynolds. That outside, that was Shreve. That's a collecting there with Reynolds. Gets it swung down there to the bottom side. Doesn't look too terrible. But he gathers it back up. Great job by these drivers avoiding catastrophe there. I think it's through turn 3 and 4 here with 24 laps to go, soon to be 23, as they click away quickly here at Eldora. Up there on the high side, Dean Reynolds. Here comes Patrick Spangler to the inside of Reynolds now, working into 3 and 4. Up there on his outside, Trevor Frank in the 121. As we said, he started at point. Spangler, he's back there in 6th, only because he really hasn't had the race under his belt here this season to have himself in contention. But Frank, what a great season he's having so far. As I said, sitting third. Scott Thompson out there leading the way. Now Randy Shreve back here towards the back, your leader of the points. Currently sitting in 10th right now. Bob the Good just there in front of him. He's second in points. As they work there now off turn number 1 and 2, 20 laps to go. Trevor Frank up here in a second, going to try to battle for a win here tonight. He gets a win here tonight. Randy Shreve better watch out. We might have a new points leader here. Now we got some 19 to go here through turn 3 and 4. Out on the front stretch, Shreve back here towards the back. Anthony Morano, not sure what happened with him tonight, but he's fouling back there. Looks like he might be struggling a little bit with it being a little loose, maybe a little touchy as he slides through turn 3 and 4. Up there through 1 and 2 now, as they keep it heading out there. Down the back straightaway. Trevor Frank, Scott Thomason, out there battle for the lead. Trevor Frank takes it over, come across the line, but Thomason's going to try to bring it back across. Now Frank is another great run there on the bottom. Oh, no, he whips one up Thomason. Thomason up and over. That's going to bring it up to Thomason. Oh, man, that's devastating there for that access up. Number 6 machine of Scott Thomason, as that thing is just shredded apart. Take a look at it here. You'll see them just real tight racing. don't think Frank meant anything by that. I think it was just tough, tight racing there. We're going to take another look at it here from another angle just to see what we could find out. There's car as they come down there. He's down there and just not enough room really, and it just wheel hops that 6 on up the racetrack. And the 121 is there, unfortunately, for the 6. And, well, that's a weird hop there. A little bit of neck code possibly had an issue as well. Tough break there for Thomason. Thomason sits 7th in points here coming into tonight. Bangler now sitting 2nd. Under corner number 1. Miller once again gets a good start there up to 2nd. After starting last in his heat race, having a decent run here tonight. Trevor Frank up there at the front trying to hold off Spangler, but that's going to be a tough order. As well as Frank's been running this season, he's up there, as we said, 3rd in points, could end up coming up there into the top, possibly, depending on how everything balances out here tonight. Now we think Bob the Good, 2nd in points, way back there at the back. Spangler, he's 6th in points, sitting there in 2nd right now, trying to chase down that leader of Trevor Frank. Off the corner they go. On the back straightaway, 12 laps to go here at Eldora. Blake Chapman there to 3rd, Dean Reynolds, Isaac Bowman. Bowman now looks to the inside of Reynolds, coming off turn number 4, gets a run here in the corner number 1. Going to try to slide it, can't quite get it done. He will to get around Reynolds, and Reynolds so far back, and he'll catch him. And oh, a big one out there. Green's involved in this one a little bit. Let's stay green for the moment. Bowman, though, is torn apart, sitting here in turns 3 and 4. And him and Reynolds come together. Down that back straightaway, you see Reynolds there, and Reynolds just slides it in the corner number 3 and 4. Just did not anticipate there, I don't think, the way that was happening as it come there. You see Reynolds there on the bottom, driving it a little bit straighter through the corner, comes up and just wipes out the left front of Bowman. Bowman then bounces off the wall, comes down, collects the 411 of Jacob Morris. Reeves doing all he can to hang on to his machine. Little damage there to the wing on that. He gets it straight back out and down and away. Trevor Frank, your leader out front. Bowman, Spangler there 2nd. Chapman there 3rd. Reynolds sitting in 4th at the moment. Morano, Jeff Barker, Bob the Good, Bradley Roning running there in 8th. I don't know if I'm saying that right or not there, Bradley. Let me know if I am. I believe it's Roning, but I'm not sure. As they keep it on going here. Jacob Morris, Randy Shreves, Trevor Frank, pace cars off. Barney grabs that flag and down and away they go. Unfortunately for Bowman, he's got a black flag down there on the track. And possibly speeding to get out of the pit would be my guess. Let's see if the admins catch that though. Yeah, here we go. Spangler there in 2nd, 8 laps to go. Chapman, Reynolds, Morano back here in 5th. Parker, Bob the Good. Bowman still on track out there. And he comes through turn 3 and 4. Spangler's in second, Chapman there in third. Frank still leads the way as they head it on out down the back straightaway out of 2 into 3 and 4. Spangler making a move there for the lead. Gonna slide his weight there into the club. He's gonna hook it there enough to keep a hold of that lead coming across the line. And now he'll take another dive here through turn 3 and 4. Frank's gonna try to stab it in there to get a run off of the bottom. Can't quite get there. Spangler has the top side through turn 1 and 2. Has a great run into the outside wall. That very well can give it back to Frank. It will. Frank's going to slide it up. Spangler going to stay down there. He's got company from Chapman. Chapman up there on the top side. They get together a little bit. They're through 1 and 2. 3 laps to go here at Eldora. As Frank is up there to the high side. Here comes Spangler once again. Unfortunately for him, getting into that outside wall just a little bit did not help him. And able Frank to get around him. And now Frank's going to try to have it on cruise control here this last lap. But Spangler, he's got a great run. Can he do anything with it? Final lap. As Frank is out there in front. Spangler's going to do everything he can here through 3 and 4 to try to get any little bit he can. Frank up there to the high side, and Frank will be your winner here in the Wing 360 division here tonight for the sprint cars at for your sprint division here at Eldora. The Coast2Coast Racing Network. We're going to take a look here at the feature results. Trevor Frank getting that win. Patrick Spangler in second. Blake Chapman there third. Dean Reynolds fourth. Randy Shreve there fifth. Jeff Parker sixth. Anthony Morano there seventh. Jacob Morris at eighth. Bradley running there in ninth. Isaac Bowman 10th. Monty Good in 11th. Scott Thomason there in 12th. We're going to go and get with your winners here now. Good evening there, Blake. Oh. Good evening there, Blake. How's it going? I'm doing really well. Man, what a race it was out there tonight at Eldora. Well, it definitely is. It's going to be interesting to see how these points break down this season. I know you're not quite in the running for the 360s here, but I mean, those guys in front of you definitely are trying to battle it out hard. Well, you got sponsors, shout outs, people you want to thank for getting third place here tonight.
fun to run in, and I got to thank you, Adam. Very generous for you to step up and do this broadcast for us. So we really appreciate it.
Alrighty, well, congrats there. And I'm sorry, but I don't know if we got any of that interview really the way I needed to because my audio got screwed up again. But so if you don't mind, you want to run through those thank yous again?
Yeah, no problem. I just got to thank the family for watching. Got to thank all the guys down at KSR. Got to thank Mason at Grand Slam Graphics. Got to thank Andy at AJ Custom Creations. Got to thank Malcolm's Mills Mill Riding, Kreitz Oval Track Parts, and of course Galen's Gourmet Popcorn. They have some very delicious popcorn. You can check it out for yourself. Head over to their website and don't forget to use code CART at checkout for 15% off of your purchase. Got to thank everyone involved in putting this league on. And yeah, just got to thank you, Adam, for being so generous and stepping up and doing this broadcast for us. Really appreciate it.
Well, my pleasure to be here, and you guys never disappoint with a show, that's for sure. And you are running more races here tonight at Coast to Coast?
Not the late models, but I'll be back for the midgets.
You seem to do fairly well in those midgets, considering they don't have any wings on them or anything.
Yeah, I like those little cars, but some tracks I'm not so good at them, and other tracks I'm really fast with them. So we'll just have to wait and see what kind of track we get tonight.
Alrighty, well, good luck later on there, Blake.
Thank you.
That's Blake Chapman, your third place finisher. Now we'll get with Chapman, or I'm sorry, Spangler here. Ah, man, I'm getting my names all goofed around here tonight. We're with Spangler. Good evening there, Patrick. How's it going? Good evening there, Patrick. How's it going?
Pretty good, yeah.
It's going well. Man, I thought maybe you had a chance there until you met that outside wall on the backstretch.
Yeah. I had the slider right before that caution came out, and then it took me a couple laps after the restart to catch back up to him, and I found out that that cut down was working, so I used that, and I threw the slider, and I thought I had him clear, and then I just hit the outside wall, and I couldn't get back to him and regain it. So, yeah, stuffed her in the wall, but that was a fun race, trading sliders with Trevor. Always fun when you race somebody clean.
Yeah, you guys definitely had a great race going there out front. You got sponsors, shout outs, people you want to thank for getting second here tonight.
Yeah, just you for all the awesome broadcasts you do and everything you do for the league, sponsorship, graphics, just jack of all trades here and when you race too. So big shout out to you. Shout out to Dean, Jeff, and Jack for running the league, and Velocity Race Designs for the design, and just the guys for having a clean race tonight. It's fun only having one or two cautions.
Well, and are you coming out for any others, or are you strictly the 360 wing person here?
Sometimes I run limiteds, but I'll probably just run the 360s. I'm going to try that Knoxville Nationals this tonight at 9 with the iRacing official. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, good luck in those. I know that can be some stiff competition over there. Go and try to represent Coast to Coast over there.
Sounds good. Thank you. Have a good night.
You too, there, Patrick. That's Patrick Spangler, your third or second place finisher. Dang, am I off kilter here tonight? Now we'll get with the winner, Trevor Frank. Good evening there, Trevor. How's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing fairly well. What do you think your chances are of taking over the points here tonight?
Honestly, I didn't look at the points because I wasn't really expecting to be anywhere in the fixed 360 stuff. So I know I looked earlier today just because I was messing around with some of the other Wednesday night stuff that I am leading points in, and I saw I was third. But that certainly can't hurt my cause, I don't think. I felt like I was just going to run a few of these, but suddenly I find myself leading points in 3, maybe 4 of them. So it's getting a little busier than I expected it to lately.
So you're having a great season here at Coast to Coast, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's been super fun. Scott and I definitely got. He was the victim of some horrendous net code, and unfortunately, on the half miles lately with the sprint cars, the net code's been pretty bad. So we were racing each other hard, but we definitely had space there, and we kind of agreed on that. But sorry to him for putting him in that situation, and I was kind of hoping we could race it to the end because I did feel like I was good enough to win without killing a man, but it unfortunately went that way, and we were both in a situation where netcode was something we couldn't control.
Yeah, we kind of saw that here on the broadcast. I mean, when we went back to look at that, you had the bottom side pretty locked up, and then whenever he come through, it came down, yes, but he didn't come down into you. And when he come up the racetrack off of you, all of a sudden you just watch the front of the car hop like he hit the back of your car. He was nowhere near it.
Yeah, it's a tough go right now for anybody that does any sort of competitive iRacing, especially in the sprint car stuff with the net code here, and it sucks because sometimes you're the bug, sometimes you're the windshield, and I've been both this year on net code for sure, and it does just suck though, because Scott and I were having a ripper there for a minute, and obviously Patrick and I did too. I'm sure that was fun for the folks watching. It was stressful in the car, but yeah, it sucks. It really does, because I was hoping that we could just kind of, me, him, and Patrick definitely were gonna probably fight it out for the top 3 there, and just sucks that his night has to end like that.
Most definitely. Like you said, there was nothing you really did there. I mean, it was all iRacing netcode, and we saw that here on the broadcast. With you already passed, and all of a sudden this front end just takes a weird hop.
Yeah, and it wasn't like it really had character. It's Eldora, so it's fairly smooth, and it's just neither of us really were in a situation where we thought we were going to hit there, because we were both giving each other plenty of room the whole race. So yeah, it sucks, but it is what it is. I'm sure I'll be on the other end of that at some point pretty quick here. So.
That's how it goes on iRacing. Sometimes you have those nights where you're the front man, and sometimes you're the back one.
Yeah, heard that. I've had both this year, that's for sure.
Well, great job there getting that win. You got sponsor shout outs if you want to thank for getting that victory here at Eldora tonight.
Yes, sir. Kirsch Bridge Builders, Box 3 Media, AM Ramp, and Shoot Racing Incorporated. And thank you guys for putting on the broadcast. We'll see if we can win ourselves another one in the limiteds.
All righty. Well, good luck over in the limiteds. We're going to take a short break here, but great job there, Trevor, and good luck in the limited lates.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, that is Trevor Frank, your winner here from Eldora. We're going to take a short break from Eldora as we go and reset things for the limited late models coming up right after this quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. More racing action coming right up.
Precision is our language. Creativity is our weapon. And perfection is the only option. Your ride, your brand, your image, elevated to a level that can't be ignored. This isn't just a wrap, it's a revolution. Regal Wraps and Designs, where power meets style, and style becomes unforgettable. At Regal Wraps and Designs, we don't follow trends, we set them. Every line, every finish, every detail is built to dominate. From flawless vehicle wraps to bold custom designs, we take your vision and redefine it. Seamless statements, artful accents, hues of harmony. We are Regal Wraps and Designs.
One, two, three. I love it, Molly.
They say it's a matter of time, 1,000 days and the sun won't shine before I come back to you. For your love I will go far, I wanna be wherever you are. I know I'm coming back for you.
Brother, it's good to see you.
My love is a river long, the best ride in a million wrongs. I know I'm coming back to you. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way.
Here at Eldora, we got them here in the limited late models doing some hot laps. Got Trevor Frank out there in the 121, Anthony Morano out there in the 32s. Randy Shreve there in third, Jacob Morris there in a fourth. Get here, get set. Making sure we got them tuned in here where they want to be. They see trim to the bottom of 1 and 2. is ready here for your qualifying. Here, Brewston, out of Brewston, New York, Jeff Barker. Trevor Frank out there, rally running out there in a 221. Jacob Morris out there, straight now in the 40 or 411. Out there through turn 1 and 2.
We come for you.
Trying to make his best lap here. Trevor Frank also trying to make his best lap. Sitting there right now, off up corner number 1 and 2. He lays down a 15.788. Morano comes in and he'll lay down a 15.644. Then Morano works there through turn 3 and 4. Dean Reynolds working there as well, coming off the corner. And Morano will stick with that 15.616. Reynolds with a 15.671. Trevor Frank with a 15.681. Bixler with a 15.693. And the 3.27 of Terry Walter. And 16.009 for him tonight. I'm going to guess 2 heats, possibly. Yes. 1 with 6, 1 with 5. Starting here with heat number 1, Jeff Barker in the 513, going to start out there on the pole. Randy Shreve there in second with the 56, starting second. The 121, Trevor Frank starting there in third with Anthony Morano there in the 32, starting fourth for FTM. Row number 3 inside in fifth tonight, that's the 221. Bradley running with Isaac Bowman in the number 9 there in sixth. Starting out there now as we get them rocked and rolling. We'll be going green here, 6 laps the distance. Once again here, in your limited late models. Tomorrow night's your pro late model. Off turn number 2, down the back straightaway, you see that Hot Wheels, number 56, on that high side. Off corner number 4, here we go, they're 6 away in the corner number 1. Down there on the bottom side, we got Anthony Morano there on the high side. Trevor Frank trying to find his way through the pack. And we got Randy Shreve on the top side. Barker down there on the bottom, 3 wide. And Austin Morano gets a great shot there on the outside. Trevor Frank trying to bring it across the bottom. Can't quite get there. Barker up there on the high side, still trying to keep it rolling. That momentum so crucial here tonight at Eldora. 4 laps to go in heat number 1 of the limited late models. Morano down there out of the corner. Barker there in third. Frank in fourth. Reeves doing a great job of hanging tough, keeping everybody behind him. And they roll there now through 1 and 2. Morano there in the second. Points here tonight for your limited late models. Goes Trevor Frank leading the point with 445. Randy Shreves in second with 327. Jeff Barker with 283. Mason Hines with 244. So we got Jeff Barker, who's sitting third here. Right now, he's third in the point. Trevor Frank leading points, sits fourth tonight here at Eldora. As they come around here, out of car number 4 for the final time. Morano tries to get up there. He will. Morano will get the victory here in heat number 1 of your limited late model here tonight. Your heat 1 results. And Morano there out front. Randy Shreve second. Jeff Barker in third. Trevor Frank there fourth. Bradley running there in a fifth. And Isaac Bowman in sixth. Here for heat number 2. 5 drivers coming to the grid. Pat Boy starts up there on pole in the number 41. Jacob Morris in the 411 there to his outside in second. Row number 2 inside. Stephen Bixler in the number 75 starting third. With the 79 at Dean Reynolds. We're Super Dirt Car Series. Full Throttle Motorsports starting there in fourth. Terry Waters in the 327 will start fifth here tonight in heat number 2. But here off corner number 4, they're down and away. Pat Boys out there on the top, on the bottom side, sorry. We got the 411 there on the top side of Morris trying to get that grip that he needs. Reynolds there in fourth. Getting a great run trying to shove that 411 up there on that high side. As they work down the back straight away. Reynolds right there on the bumper. Looking underneath, real tight there, 3 wide. Reynolds trying to find something. Boyce comes together with Reynolds just a little bit. As they slide there through 1 and 2. 5 laps to go here, 4 laps to go here in heat number 2. Down through 3 and 4. Reynolds, Boyce. Followed by Bixler there in the 75. Jacob Morris leads the way out there in the front. Reynolds right there trying to find a way to pounce on them as they work through turn 3 and 4. 3 laps to go. 2 laps to go. They come across the line. Down there now through 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Reynolds is running out of time if he wants to try to get up there into that outside pole position. Looking underneath, does not have the grip he needs. Final lap, white flag in the air for heat number 2. Morris out there in front, leading them down the back straightaway. Reynolds there in second, and they work there through turn 3 and 4. And it's going to be Jacob Morris getting the win here in heat number 2 for your limited late model. Here we go. We're going to go and take a quick look at your finish results of heat number 2. Jacob Morris getting that win. Dean Reynolds there second. Pat Boyce third. Stephen Bixler fourth. Kerry Waters there in fifth. We're going to take a short break as these drivers go through a warm-up stage. Don't go anywhere. Your main event up your limited late models coming up here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
All right, we're here at the Speedway. Everybody get set and roll. Your main event coming up here at starting grid. On B, in Urano for Full Throttle Motorsports, starting out there on the pole, and in number 32, Jacob Morris there in second in the 411. Row number 2, inside LGR Motorsports, the 56, Randy Shreves in third, Dean Reynolds in the 79, starting there in fourth, Jeff Clark in the 513, starting there in the fifth, Pat Boyce in the 41, starts sixth. Row number 4, inside the 121, Trevor Franks with Stephen Bixler there in the 75, starting there in 8th, Bradley Ronning there in the 221, starting in 9th, the 327 of Terry Waters, starts 10th, and that last row out there, Infamous Raceworks there, the number 9, driven by Isaac Bowman, starts in 11th tonight. "25 laps the distance. They work there now off corner number 4, down through the front straightaway. Up there on the high side, we got the 41 of Jacob Morris, 411 on the scoreboard. Work there off the corner, down through the front, here in the turn 1 and 2. Mars there in a second. Up there off the corner they go to 56. Randy Green right there with them as they battle down there to the bottom side. Working off corner number 4. Randy Shreves hangs tough down there below Dean Reynolds. Dean Reynolds trying to get up there to the top side. Stern now he puts the sights on second as he works on the high side. There above the 411. Does a great job there working around the outside there as Shreves works on the bottom side. Morris. Now we got Barker looking to see if he can find a way. Or I'm sorry, no, that's Boyce looking to see if he can find a way there on the bottom side. Couldn't quite do it. Bixler, though, he finds something there on the bottom side to get through. Barker was there. I thought I saw Barker. Barker there in the 513, working there on the bottom side of the racetrack. Morano out front. Dean Reynolds there in second. Morris there in third. Frank struggling here at Eldora tonight. Ends up, looks like he might be torn apart just a little bit, or it's a little loose. Looks like he's going to go and end up bringing it around here. Not sure what happened there to Frank. Pat Boyce also having trouble, as Boyce is all tore up. And stay green here. But maybe that's why Frank is in the trouble he is. And we're down there now off the corner, the 32, Anthony Morano, Dean Reynolds, Jacob Morris. There comes the caution flag. Then Frank gets it on the pit lane. We're taking a look here, and you see Frank there on the bottom. Boyce up top, and it just, they both just get shoved up the racetrack. See if we can check to see who did that. Who made the contact there on the bottom. Yeah, it looks like it was the 75 there. Trying to come up and not realizing he was 3 wide. And Frank ends up getting a good piece hurt there, and he tried to get it around there towards pit lane. So first caution, they're doubled up. Lights still on. We got one more lap to go to green. Frank back out there, but he's a lap down. Morano leads the way. Reynolds there on the high side above him. There you go. Off the corner they go. Down in the corner number 1 and 2. Bixler looking underneath again. Here comes Shreves up there on the high side. Working there through turn 3 and 4. Getting in there behind Reynolds. 18 laps to go. Now 17 as they come across the line. Frank 1 lap down back here in 9th. Going to try to see if he can make any move towards the front to get that lap back. And Reynolds up there on the top side. Takes there behind Morano. And they work down there now off turn 2. Shreves there looking underneath. Couldn't quite get there. That high side being the dominant line. As they work through the corner. Shreves looking underneath. Couldn't quite get there. Reynolds looks underneath. Does not quite have the momentum as of yet. They'll go 3 wide here. Through 1 and 2. Reynolds there, the meat and the sandwich. Down in the 3 and 4. Shreves back off to give Reynolds some room as caution comes back out. See if we can see what brought the caution flag out.
1,
think that might have been it. He was past that green cone at a slow pace. As you see him there, you'll see him here creeping out. And it brought out the caution flag there for Pat Boyce coming out of pit road. Reynolds on the high side there, still sitting second, with Morano there leading the race. Reeves there in third, Morris there in fourth. They work down that back straightaway here in the 3 and 4. Morano there as your race leader. They come there off the corner. Everybody slings some dirt as they come in the corner number 1 and 2. Shreves gets a great run there on the bottom to get underneath of Reynolds. Can't quite get the pass done yet though. Shreves going to drive it back in there through 3 and 4 with that outside lane. As we saw, prevails quite a bit, and whoa boy, they're real tight up there on that high side. They get through it. They work down that back straightaway. Morano there out front. Reynolds still second. Reeves there in the third. Working there now. He's got Jacob Morris there all over his back bumper. This 75, Stephen Bixler right there with him. And they come down the back straightaway here in the 1 and 2. Through 3 and 4 now as they come down there off the back straightaway. Bixler there mid-pack. Randy Shreves sits there third. Bradley Roning back here in the 7th, battling it out there, going above Jeff Barker. Jeff Barker trying to hang on to any position he can as he's down there on the bottom side. Pat Boyce up there on the top side, keeping it rolling. Trevor Frank trying to get his way back to the front as well. Sliding there through turn 3 and 4, 10 laps to go, 9 laps to go here at Eldora. Dean Reynolds there second, Reeves there third, Jacob Morris in fourth. Stephen Bixler there in fifth, Bradley Roning there in sixth. Jeff Barker there in seventh. Down the back straightaway, Dean Reynolds, Randy Shreves, Jacob Morris, Stephen Bixler. Bradley Roning with Jeff Barker there in seventh. They keep going down the back straightaway here through turn 3 and 4. Dean Reynolds there second, Randy Shreves there third, Morris in fourth. Bixler fifth as it got 6 laps to go here in Eldora's limited late model here this Wednesday night. And always, Coast to Coast, always looking for new sponsors. If you're wanting to sponsor a series to make sure that it stays broadcasted, be sure to check them out at C2CRL.com. Again, that is C2CRL.com. And this is the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Your host here from Figure Farm TV. Bringing you all the live racing action from the Coast to Coast Racing League. Coast to Coast Racing Network, your one-stop shop for your Coast to Coast racing action. Jacob Morris down there off a turn 4. Stephen Bixler there in fifth, 3 laps to go. And Morano looks like he's got it pretty well locked up. Bradley there on pit road, and he scores something apart. Down here off of 4, 2 laps to go. Reynolds and Shreves there in third, Morris there fourth, Bixler there fifth. And we're down there off the corner. Reynolds, Shreves, Morris, Bixler. Final lap here as they work through turn 3 and 4 for the final time. White or checker flags unfurled. Anthony Morano gets the win here tonight at Eldora in net number 32 FTM sponsor machine. Dean Reynolds second, Randy Shreves there in third. Our feature result. Andy Morano, Dean Reynolds, Shreves, Dick Moore, Stephen Bickler, Jeff Barker, Terry Walters in seventh, Trevor Frank there in eighth, Bradley running there in ninth, Pat Lloyd finishes 10th, Isaac Bowman there in 11th. As we said, your winner is Anthony Morano here tonight at Eldora for your Coast to Coast limited late models for the Hometown Heroes. And here we go. We're going to catch up with them. Randy Shreves, your third place finisher. Good evening here, Shreves. How's it going?
Not too bad, not too bad. Glad to be back on the podium. It's been a little while.
I know you're battling really hard for them points this season, but you got some tough competition out there.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, there's not many of us, but pretty much every single one of us are all fast. So it's definitely a tough competition out there for sure.
Well, what do you think your chances are at, between you and Trevor Frank flip-flopping a few times here to finish out the season?
Trevor, he's just one of them dudes. He's just fast in anything he gets in, and he's definitely one to look out for. So, best of luck to him, and I'm gonna try not to make any mistakes and see what we can do to finish out the season. Hopefully up there up top.
Well, I know you're having great runs this season here with the Coast to Coast Racing League, the Hometown Heroes on Wednesday nights. You got any sponsors? Shout out to anybody you want to thank for getting third place here tonight?
For sure, definitely want to thank Coast to Coast for everything they do. You, Adam, for the broadcast and everything you do. My son Dylan Shreves for painting my cars. My buddy Mike McCoy for watching. My buddy Jeff Spann and his family for watching, and all my other buddies that are watching out there, and yeah, just everybody that supports me.
Alrighty, great job there, Shreves, and we'll see how the rest of your season goes. You coming out to join us in the midgets tonight?
Yeah, I'll come out and play in the midget.
Alrighty, good luck in those tonight.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, out Randy Shreves. Now we'll get with Dean Reynolds. Getting second here tonight. Good evening there, Dean. How's it going?
Laker, how you doing?
I'm doing really well. How's things going with you?
Not too bad. We had a good run there, and we brought it home to second. So we'll take that. And anytime we get to talk to you, it's a bonus.
Well, I know you've been racing your heart out here tonight, and man, Eldora is not disappointing, is it?
No, I mean it was a little top dominant there in the limited late models there. The sprint cars, what a great race that was. But Randy, I think Randy had a little bit faster car than me, and he tried to get underneath me there. But when you try to dive underneath here, you scrub off so much speed and lose your RPMs, and it makes it so tough. So I just said I'm going to stay up against the wall there, and hope maybe Anthony might make a mistake or two, and then. He did a little bit there on that before that last restart. I thought me and Randy were going to go 3 wide in the turn 3 there, but the yellow came out, and then Anthony never made a mistake after that. So this is, I think, my 10th or 11th or whatever second place finish in limited late model. So the dry streak still continues, but we'll keep on trying, and hopefully one of these days we'll bring home that first win.
I know you're sitting down there in 14th in the limited late model points. It looks like you haven't made a lot of races this season.
No, the summer season I can't because I got the real job where I'm out and traveling around and such. So, yeah, I haven't even admin here the last 3 Wednesdays. Well, we had Knoxville Nationals last week, but the first 2 weeks before that I wasn't here, and then the next 2 weeks I don't think I'll be here either unless we get some rain at the races. So yeah, the summertime, we're not running for points. We're hoping to go for wins.
Alrighty, well, great job there tonight, Dean, and get that second place finish, and hopefully you can try to break that runner-up streak sometime.
Yeah, we're going to give it a shot. I enjoy running the limited late models. Tonight was one of the few nights I actually, I felt good. I got talking to Anthony. He timed fastest. I timed second fastest, and then we finished first and second in the feature, which is good because you got to start fourth in your heat with the invert. So, I guess we had some pretty good cars.
Well, you got sponsor shout-outs, people you want to thank for getting that second place finish here tonight?
Absolutely. We got to thank the Full Throttle Motorsports gang. Always a good team to be a part of. I got to thank those guys. They always try to help this old guy out, and so we got to thank them. Congratulations to Anthony on a win there, carrying the FTM banner, and Randy had a good run there in third. Congrats to him, and we got to thank you, Adam, for Regal's Wraps and Designs for doing the broadcast and also doing the sponsorship. So we got to thank you for that, because if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be able to bring the action to the places of home. And then got to thank Coast to Coast for giving us a place to race. And I won't be able to make the midgets tonight, but I wish everyone well that are doing it. And then hopefully we'll talk to you down the road, Adam.
All righty, you have yourself a great night there, Dean, and we'll see how the next few weeks go. Hopefully you stay dry.
All right, brother. Thanks, man.
All right, that was Dean Reynolds, second place finisher here tonight. That'll get with your winner, Anthony Morano. Good evening, Gary Anthony. How's it going?
How you doing, Adam?
I'm doing fairly well. You brought that Swan Speed Shop Full Throttle Motorsports machine to Victory Lane here tonight. How you feeling after that Eldora race?
That was pretty good. Car felt good. Just keep it as straight as possible and keep your foot as far down as possible, and don't smack the wall like I did a few times, and you'll be all right.
Well, I think here at Eldora, it's kind of hard not to smack that wall a couple times, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty good at it. Not gonna lie.
That wall reaches out and grabs you, whether you want it to or not.
Oh yeah, plenty of times it's got teeth too. It'll definitely jump up and bite you.
Oh, most definitely. But great job keeping it straight, keeping it clean there tonight to get that win. Were you worried about, Reynolds and Shreve there behind you, or did you think you had a pretty good car to stay out front?
After I smacked the wall there those couple times, I was pretty nervous. It was looking like we were going to go 3 wide into 3, and then the caution came out. I think that was my saving grace. Otherwise, I think Randy might have had a good chance to go for a 2-for-1 discount coming out of 4 there with that big slider. So I don't know. It would have definitely gotten interesting, that's for sure.
Most definitely. But man, what a great race it was, and hopefully that streak can help continue a little bit here as you keep that momentum high. Great job finishing you first. You got sponsors, shout outs, people you want to thank for getting that victory lane here tonight.
Yeah, I got to thank my wife, Sherry, the boys at FTM, Super Dare Cars, Swan Speed Shop, Expert Installation, Vertex Graphics, Shaggy TV, Castleberry Flagstone, Regal's Wraps and Designs for sponsoring tonight. Adam, you for doing a broadcast on Coast to Coast.
All righty, great job there tonight, Morano, and we'll see you around in the future.
Yes, sir. Thanks a lot, Adam.
Have yourself a great night.
You do the same.
I tell you, Morano, they're getting a victory tonight out of Spring Hill, driving that 32 Full Throttle Motorsports Swan Speed Shop machine to victory lane once again here at Coast to Coast. We'll be back right after this short message with your Regal Wrap Midgets. You don't want to miss them. There are a bunch of fun cars to watch, so don't go anywhere. Coming back after these messages.
Precision is our language. Creativity is our weapon, and perfection is the only option. Your ride, your brand, your image, elevated to a level that can't be ignored. This isn't just a wrap, it's a revolution. Regal Wraps and Designs, where power meets style, and style becomes unforgettable. At Regal Wraps and Designs, we don't follow trends, we set them. Every line, every finish, every detail is built to dominate. From flawless vehicle wraps to bold custom designs, we take your vision and redefine it. Seamless statements, artful accents, hues of harmony. We are Regal Wraps and Designs.
1, 2, 3. I love it, Molly.
They say it's a matter of time. 1,000 days and the sun won't shine before I come back to you. For your love I will go far. I wanna be wherever you are. I know I'm coming back for you.
Brother, it's good to see you.
Our love is a river long, the best ride in a million wrongs. I know I'm coming back to you. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way home. I'm making my way.
We're back here at the Speedway. This time we're here. Let's take a look at your race info. We're here with the hometown heroes, Regal Midgets, Regal Wrap Midgets. Let's see here, I-55 is where we got the midgets at tonight. Let's see, we got Brian Templeton out there, your fastest one. There you're looking at Trevor Frank in the 121. Taking some laps out there, trying to find that sweet spot out there. Practice has ended. We're getting ready for qualifying here at I-55 for your Regal Wrap Midgets here on the Coast2Coast Racing Network. Bringing you the Coast2Coast Racing League hometown heroes, AZ Trevor Frank, coming out onto the track, trying to see where he can possibly get finished here tonight. Looking at the point system here tonight, Trevor Frank leads the midgets with 458. Jack Hitt in second with 395, 389 for Bob the Good. They're in third. Now we see them coming here out of corner, number 4. Trying to figure out where my best camera view is here. I-55, as I'm not liking any of them that I'm clicking on yet. Trevor Frank there in third so far. Barker, Chapman up to third, or up to fourth rather, in the number 20 Knox machine. Works there on the bottom side. Coming off the corner, and Chapman will have a 12.33 to put himself in the second spot. Right behind Jack Hitt. Templeton there third. Frank in fourth. We'll see how Frank will handle this invert as we get them ready for the heat race. Your top 4 inverted here at Coast to Coast. Getting ready here for the start. As we said, Trevor Frank, your points leader coming into tonight. There you go. Your heat race coming up on the grid right now. Trevor Frank there starting on the pole in the 121. Brandon Templeton there in the 31 starting in second. Hammer Down Racing. Row number 2 inside Bright Sim Racing number 20 there for Blake Chapman. Starting third. Jack Hitt in the number 217 starting there in fourth. Jeff Barker in the 513 starting fifth for Can-Am Racing. With Off the Good, his teammate there to his outside, driving a number 7, starting 6th. Randy Shreves in the LGR Motorsports number 56, starting there in 7th. Off corner number 4 they go. They come here through 1 and 2. I'm trying to find a camera angle that works for us here tonight at I-55, and I'm just not happy with any of them here. Like, I don't know. Just deal with me here tonight as the pace car gets ready to pull off a turn number 4. Here we go. They're down and away. The dust flies here at I-55. Now they come there off the corner, 3 wide there with Templeton in the middle. Frank out there in the front. They're skating all around behind him. How is he? Templeton now to the inside. There with the 15 of Barker in the middle. Jack Hitt gets slid all the way up the racetrack. Chapman there in the second. Trying to chase down Trevor Frank. 4 laps to go here in the heat race as they work off a turn 4 out here on the front stretch. 3 laps to go for Trevor Frank as he's down there on that inside line. Blake Chapman, Jeff Barker, Brandon Templeton back here leading it all out. Jack Hitt, second in points, ends up way back here in the back in 7th right now. Now we got 2 laps to go as they work here out of turn 3 and 4, back out onto the front stretch. White flags unfurled. Here we go through the last lap at I-55 for your heat race. Blake Chapman, Brandon Templeton, Jeff Barker, your top 4. With Randy Shreves back here in the 5th. Frank gonna bring it flag to flag here tonight to get the win in the heat race for your Wriggle Wrap Midgets. Your heat race results, we'll get them official here in just a moment. Trevor Frank getting that win. Blake Chapman there second. Brandon Templeton there third. Jeff Barker there in fourth. Randy Shreve there in fifth. Bobby Good there in sixth. Jack Hitt in seventh. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors. We will go nonstop to the finish of this one. Coast to Coast Racing Network.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
At Carolina, at the Speedway, as we get some ready to rock and roll. For your main event, the Regal Rap Midgets here at I-55. Here we go, your starting grid. Your starting grid is going to be Trevor Frank starting out there on the pole. In at number 121. Blake Chapman in the 20, starting there in second for Christ Sim Racing. Row number 2 inside, that is the 31. Brandon Templeton there for Hammer Down Racing, starting third. 2 is outside there in fourth. KTM Racing Team, the 513 of Jeff Barker. The inside, Randy Shreve, the 56. For LGR Motorsports, starting there in a fifth. Bobby Good, 2 is outside there for KTM Racing Team. They're behind his teammate this time. Starting with car number 7 in 6. And Jack Hitt, the 217, starting in 7th here tonight. $25 half the distance here at I-55 for your Regal Rap Midgets. Big car off, green flag in the air, they're down away here in the corner, number 1 and 2. Brandon Templeton there, second. Blake Chapman there, third. Randy Shreve out there in the fourth, and they keep it rolling down here on the bottom. Working off Trevor Frank has the lead. Here's it work through 1 and 2. Once again, Chapman waiting there on that top side, getting a lot of grip on that outside line. Frank's going to move up there to try to keep that line to himself as it comes off a corner number 4. Down there through 1 and 2. Once again, 23 laps to go. Down the back straightaway. Chapman chasing down Frank. Templeton working on that bottom side. Tight racing here in the midget. And now Templeton gets up there in front of Chapman. Now the two of them battle there for second spot. Frank's going to try to stay with his sail set forward to go and try to bring home a victory here tonight in the midget. But Templeton's looking there, and Chapman into the outside wall. Freeze there in fourth, looking to see if he can get into this battle at all as he comes off the quarter. Jack hits up 2 spots there from where he started tonight, and he is now in the 5th. Working there through turn 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Templeton beating it off the wall there, coming off the 4 down the front straightaway here through 1 and 2. Frank doing a great job, looking great and smooth. Off corner number 2 down here through 3 and 4 once again. Templeton sitting there second, 18 laps to go with Trevor Frank up there on the high side. Templeton trying to find something there on the bottom side. But that top side momentum just so strong right now for Trevor Frank and at 121. Blake Chapman back here in the 3rd, running up there as well. Randy Shreve. It seems like everybody's trying to run that outside line. There goes Chapman, see if there's anything on a slider line at all. There through turn 3 and 4. 16 laps to go. He's up there along the outside wall. Down here through turn 3 and 4. Frank still out front. Templeton, Chapman, Reeves there with Chapman. Couldn't quite make anything happen. Jack hit. Trying to battle there with Jeff Barker underneath him. Barker's trying to see if he's got anything down there on the bottom side of the racetrack as of yet. Nothing yet. Trevor Frank still leads the way. Here with 14 laps to go as they come out of 2. Down here in the 3 and 4. Templeton looking there at the bottom once again. Chapman there in the 3rd. Shreve there 4th. Jack hit up there in 5th as Shreve there in 4th. Barker trying to find something there on the bottom. Can't quite get it there. Hook up yet on the bottom side of the racetrack. Brandon Templeton now has got something going for him, possibly, but couldn't quite hold off. That 121 of Trevor Frank. Templeton had a run there through 1 and 2, but couldn't make it happen. Now he's got to try to build that momentum back up there as they come out of 2, down through 3 and 4. Now he's running just a short slider there into the entry. Up there along the top of 1 and 2, and go out coming here into 3 and 4. Go out and run just a short slider. Oh, there he takes a deep slide. Gonna slide it up, but Frank brings it down there below him. He's gonna slide it back up there. Yeah, that's gonna try. Oh, man, what a race we got, folks. As Templeton now tries to slide it on through. Here comes Frank. Frank's gonna dive it down there. He's gonna be the one to come across the line first here through 1 and 2. 8 laps to go. Frank out front. Templeton there in second. These two just battling so hard here for every position they got. Templeton not able to get that run there off of 4, settled in behind Frank once again here. 7 laps to go. Down there off corner number 3 and 4. Coming here to the line. Frank still leads it. Templeton out there in second. Running behind him right now, and he just doesn't seem like he's getting the run he's needing at the moment. I know he's trying a short slider. Wonder if he just kind of took the time to cool off here at the moment. Fall in behind, let the laps wind down a little bit, and then try to make another run at it. Here as the laps wind down and get lucky and cross the line first. We'll see how that goes for Templeton. Chapman back here in 3rd. Reeves in 4th. Jack hit back here in 5th. And we got Barker and Boot the Good back here at the back. 4 laps to go for Trevor Frank. Coming here off turn 4. Down there through 1 and 2. Templeton still hanging tough back here in second as they got 3 laps to go here in the corner 3 and 4. Now Templeton's going to try to start making a move. Can't quite get there that lap. Picks back in line. Shoots back towards the bottom through 1 and 2 once again. Getting a little bit better run there, but just cannot seem to get it to close up enough. 2 laps to go. Here, final lap for Trevor Frank with Templeton down there behind him. Trevor Brandon Templeton just got a knob coming there through turn 3 and 4. Trevor Frank up there on the high side, bringing that 121 to victory lane here at I-55 in your Regal Wrap Midget. Win number 4 on the season for Trevor Frank. Coming in there in second, gave it a great run, just couldn't get enough fight for that momentum to take hold. Unofficial result. Trevor Frank getting that win. Brandon Templeton there second. Blake Chapman third. Randy Shreves there in fourth. Jack Hitt fifth. Jeff Barker sixth. Bob the Good there in seventh. Good evening there, Blake Chapman. How's it going here in the midgets?
Not too bad. How are you doing tonight, Adam?
I'm doing well. So you made it here to I-55. Man, oh man, what a race it was there. It looked like it was pretty top dominant here tonight.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't know how this track was going to come in, and those first couple laps, I was pretty good up top, and I think Trevor realized that, and he moved up, and then Brandon was fast, and he moved up right in front of me, and yeah, after that, they just kind of kept creeping away from me bit by bit, little by little. After that, and eventually I just started running a different line, started sinking it in high, and then cutting it down the track. And it seemed like after I started doing that, I was definitely gaining back on them, but just didn't have enough laps to really get up to them and make anything happen. So, yeah, if I could have found that line a little bit sooner, maybe I would have been able to do something with them. But those two were definitely quick tonight.
Well, you were pretty quick yourself there in the number 20 NOS machine. You got sponsor shout out people you want to thank there for getting third place?
Yeah, just gotta, of course, thank the parents for watching and all the guys down at KSR. Gotta thank Andy at AJ Custom Creations. Gotta thank Malcolm's Mills Mill Writing, Kreitz Oval Track Parts, and Galen's Gourmet Popcorn. They have some very delicious popcorn. You can head over to their website. Don't forget to use code CART at checkout for 15% off some of their very delicious popcorn. Gotta thank everyone involved in running this league and you for the broadcast, Adam.
All right, great job there, Blake. And we'll see how the season goes for you finishing out here.
Yep, thanks, Adam.
That's Blake Chapman, your third place finisher. Now we'll go and get with second place finisher, Brandon Templeton. Good evening there, Brandon. How's it going?
Oh, pretty good tonight. How about yourself?
Man, you guys definitely put on a show out front there.
Yeah, tricky track and where you just got to be hammered down. It makes it really fun because, it's impossible to run it perfect when the top is that thin. I know Trevor made just a slight mistake or two and was struggling with traction, but yeah, the slider line was kind of trying to come in, and if you hit the bottom of 1 and 2 clear on the bottom, it was really quick, but it was hard to transition that corner into a good 3 and 4 just the way it come up off the corner. So overall, a really good race. It was fun to be up there battling for the lead and running hard. So we'll take it for sure. Brought it home after I felt like I was going to wreck it every single lap. So we'll take that as a win.
Well, we saw you kind of got to the outside wall a couple times there, and we're trying to knock it down, but you kept it straight, kept it good, clean enough to stay battling for the lead.
Yeah, it was one of those deals where the harder you drove it up and the closer you got to the wall, the quicker you really were. So it was just a matter of who wanted to put the biggest risk in or who could pull it off consistently. And Trevor didn't make very many mistakes up there. I know I made a few, but I was driving the wheels off that thing. So hats off to him. That was a really good race.
Well, great job there, Brandon. You got sponsors, shout outs, people you want to thank for getting second tonight.
Yeah, I got to thank you for putting on an awesome stream. Everybody with Jay at Melbourne Bank and Dirt Track Bank, Hammer Down Racing, Joe, Kurt, Brian, Mike, lowgroove.com, Extreme Images, Maley's Makery, Dean, Jeff, Jack Hit, everybody that helps out putting stuff on behind the scenes in the league. Thanks.
All right, great job there, Brandon. And hopefully he has a great night. We're going to get with your winner now, Trevor Frank. Good evening there, Trevor. How are you doing after that win?
I'm good, man. I can't believe that I actually ripped the top at I-55 for that many laps without flipping out of the park and making it to like Millersville.
It's not an easy track to rip that lip here.
No, especially in the little tire cars like that. It was super hoppy, and there was a couple times where you entered on it, and it was super rough. If you entered and kind of slid up to it, you could drive off of it. It was certainly technical, and props to Brandon for definitely racing me hard there, but racing me clean, and it was a good time.
Yeah, you definitely had your work cut out to try to make that lead happen, and that victory. As Brandon, as you said, was not giving up on you.
Yeah. The slider line in 3 and 4, a couple times him and I got close off of 4, and that was just two guys racing super hard and being respectful about it, and it was a good time, and just glad to win 2 out of the 3. Kind of sucked in the limited race, unfortunately, but that's okay.
Well, you just added to your points lead here in the midgets, though, with getting that win. This is your 4th win of the season.
Yeah, I've certainly been blessed to win a bunch of races between the limiteds, the midgets, a couple 360s, a pro late model race. It's been fun. Blessed to be able to do things like this, and it's been a good time. Bunch of group of good guys, and some good racing.
Well, you got any sponsor shout outs maybe you want to thank for getting the victory here in the midgets tonight?
Yes, sir. As always, Shoot Racing Incorporated, Box 3 Media, AmRamp, and Kirsch Bridge Builders. Thank you guys for putting on the broadcast, and I'm glad I could get another win for the iRacing-based scheme cars to irritate Dean.
He don't like the iRacing paint scheme car?
No, I hear about it every week.
Well, maybe we can change that up going forward.
Yeah, I have the nice 360 scheme, but I forgot to take it off tonight for the 360 race, unfortunately. But I was gonna take it off just to get under Dean's skin there for the Eldora race, but I forgot to do that. So yeah, it's been a good season. I'm looking forward to these last couple of weeks here, and hopefully we can close out a couple championships.
Alrighty, well, great job there, Trevor, and hopefully we'll be talking to you again.
Yeah, hopefully so. Thank you.
All right, have yourself a great night and a better weekend.
You as well.
That's Trevor Frank, your winner here at I-55 in the midgets, brought to you by Regal Wraps and Designs. I'm your host from Fleeger Farm TV, bringing you the Coast to Coast Racing Network live action of the Coast to Coast Racing League. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the show tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. We're going to catch you tomorrow night here at Coast to Coast Racing Network for more racing action of the Coast to Coast Racing League. Good night.